How's lockdown life going for you? I guess be different for everyone. All sorts of different circumstances and factors to think about. For some, perhaps it's a really good thing. And I know a number of people who've said, there are some positive benefits to the situation that we find ourselves in. But it can be a source of tension and stress, can't it? Particularly within families. Just because of the change of routines and everything else, people having to work from home, all kinds of different pressures that we've been put under because of the situation that we're in, and there can be all kinds of worries and anxieties and things can bubble up. Just the other day I was reading something that's not particularly, I don't think it was written by a Christian, but just an article someone had written, and they were saying, we've got to bear with each other, we've got to show each other grace. They actually used the word grace. And there's some great stuff in the New Testament to help us think about how we relate to one another, and it can just be helpful at that horizontal level of human relationships and how we're relating to each other in stressful and difficult, pressurised times. Ephesians chapters 4 and 5 are great. Of course, they're written to a church, but we can take some of those principles and apply them to the home as well. Ephesians 4 verse 2 says, "Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love." We need to do that, don't we? We need to be gentle and patient and bearing with one another and accepting the circumstances and the pressures that people find themselves under. There's a great bit later on in Ephesians chapter 4 says, verse 26, "In your anger do not sin, do not let the sun go down while you are still angry." Deal with it that day. Keep short accounts. Love keeps no record of wrongs, doesn't it? 1 Corinthians 13. As the chapter goes on, at the end of chapter 4, "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you." We've experienced ourselves wonderful grace, forgiveness, kindness and love from God. And we need to express that to one another in our homes, in our church, and in our communities.